What is up, fam? Guess how much this house is going for right now? So in my market right now, this house is listed for $440,000. It's a fixer-upper. It needs a complete rehab. And the reason why it's going for such a high price is because this neighborhood is a very desirable neighborhood in my area. It's close to everything, and that's why location is the key when it comes to this particular property right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you guys around the house and I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what this house needs. Once again, it needs everything. But what are some major things that you need to look for when you go and actually wanna buy a fixer-upper or put an offer in on a fixer-upper? So I'm gonna break down with you 3 different ways to structure this deal where when you put an offer, is it gonna be a buy and hold? Is it gonna be a fix and flip? Or are you gonna wholesale it? Each one of those is a different formula and a different method, all right? And I'm gonna break it down to you. But let's take a walk and let's go around the outside really quick. So first of all, looking at the sidings, obviously these are old sidings, all right? Siding needs to be done, porch needs to be done, windows need to be completely, once again, this house here is gonna cost about, to redo the inside and the outside, it's right around $75,000 to completely renovate this house and bring it up to date again. But here are some of the key things that you need to look for when you go and either trying to buy it, especially if you're trying to buy the property. These are some things that you need to look for, and you need to hire an inspector or a contractor that know what they're doing to look for these kind of stuff. Otherwise, if you buy it and you get into the whole fix and flip game, it's gonna be a disaster. Number 1 is foundation, all right? Foundation is the key. It's gonna cost you a boatload of money if the foundation is not solid, which means you gotta jack the house up, fix the foundation, or sometimes you have to take down the old foundation because it just wouldn't work. So you have to build up a new one. That could cost you 15, 20, 25 G's. So right here, I'm seeing cracked foundation, all right? To me, this right here, obviously this is an older house. So to me, when I look at this, to me, this does not look like a big deal. But when it goes through like this and there's many crack, then it becomes a really big problem. So I would look at that. To me, it looks solid. Here's another cracked foundation, but once again, you wanna hire a home inspector to go out and look at that. This house does have a basement, and here's one thing you do need to know and understand about basement. So for a basement to consider a living space, for anything to consider a bedrooms, 1 is the size of the window. Number 2 is it needs a closet. So this one right here, so this house here is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. So this window here to me is not big enough and it does not meet code. Which means if the owner considered this as a bedrooms, like it's not gonna work, right? So for you, if you're gonna rehab this property and if you're gonna calculate this bedrooms as a square footage, as a bedroom to your listing when you wanna flip it, which means there's things that you can do. You can cut into the concrete, make it bigger, so that way you have, because there is a, basically it has to be wide enough and it has to meet code. So by looking at this, it seems like you would have to cut down into the foundation and then redo this, all right? So with it gotta meet code for it to consider as a bedroom when it's underneath the basement. The key is they wanna know is that if there's a fire, can someone actually crawl out of that window? That's why, all right? Obviously, roof needs to be completely redone. Take down and put a new one on. Obviously gutter, as you can see, like everything just needs to be redone. So that's the foundation is number 1, that's major. Number 2 is we gotta look for electrical. Electrical on this house to redo the whole entire electrical, which I think that's what's gonna happen because it's probably knob and tube, it's the old wiring. So electrical just for this house is probably because of the labor with inflation. I'm thinking it's probably gonna cost at least 10 G's or so, but I'm thinking more of 12,000 or so to redo this whole entire house. And the third thing you gotta look at is plumbing, all right? Once again, the plumbing probably needs to be redone for this particular house, for the size and for the amount of bedroom and bathrooms. The plumbing, I'm thinking is probably gonna be around maybe in that 7,000 or so to to redo it. Once again, here is another bedroom, right? That they use as a bedroom. But once again, if you're gonna buy a property and you're gonna renovate it, which means you gotta bring everything up to code, which means everything gotta meet code. This is like when they, obviously house that were built before, this is how it's built. But now if you wanna add on square footage or if you want whatever it is, you gotta bring it up to code. So it gotta meet code. Another thing with basement, very important that you gotta understand is that beside windows, you gotta have another way to get out of the back. So you gotta have a back entrance, okay? Or exit, entrance or exit. Because city, like code enforcement, they look at it like, you know, so they gotta be two egress, two-way for people to get out in case there's a fire. Okay, so those are some key things that you gotta look for. Now let's talk about, so with the house, we all know it, right? The monies, you gotta put most of your money, your renovation costs into kitchen and bathrooms. That's pretty much what sells the house, right? So the house is obviously key. So now let's talk about garage. I see people put too much money into a garage when you don't need to. It's not necessary. So looking at this garage here, this is a single car garage, detached. They have a nice yard. For you to make this yard really nice, just you want to take the whole, yep, I'm going to swing around here. For you to make this yard really nice here, we can do some major landscaping. I would say it's going to cost about $7,000 or so to make this landscaping look really, really nice, like really pimped it out. But for the garage, I wouldn't spend a boatload of money to pimp out the garage, okay? So for me, pressure wash it, take off all the old paint, obviously fix any damages. I wouldn't do new siding, take care of all the damages, and then boom, pressure wash it down, throw a fresh coat of primer on it, maybe 2 coats of primer, and then just repaint the garage. And to increase value in a garage, maybe you can add like, you know, people look at it like a shop. It could be a car, it could be a shop. So that's a plus, but I wouldn't go heavy investing a bunch of money trying to make it look really nice, unless you want to turn into like a caveman or something, man. All right, obviously, you know, I don't have the keys to go in because I'm not an agent, you know. So here we go. Obviously, carpet needs to be redone. Like, everything needs to be redone, but this is not an open floor plan. As you guys can see, it just felt like very tight, very small. So I would say that that wall gotta go. I wish I could have gone inside and really break it down for you guys to really, really understand. But that wall gotta go. But now, not every wall can go. You gotta make sure that they are support, because, you know, so make sure that they gotta have proper support before you actually take down the wall. It's called low-bearing wall. So gotta make sure as well. So you can't just go in there and start breaking down walls. But once again, you know, floor needs to be redone, obviously. Windows, paint, everything like that. So when you're fixing and flipping a house, curb appeal is very important. Landscaping is also very, very important. So don't underlook those kind of stuff, okay? So landscaping, like the yard here, I would, you know, on the side, like this can be really, really pretty up. Once again, front porch, this is probably all place, you know, maybe put like a flower bed around here or something like that. Just make it really, really nice. So here, I'm gonna break down the 3 strategies for you to see. So if this house, if you're gonna buy it, fix it, and then rent it, here's what I would offer to the seller. So currently right now, it's listing it for $440,000 in an as-is condition. The ARV of this property is around I would say $650,000. So if I were to buy and obviously fix this property up and then turn into a rental, so 650 minus, I would minus 30%, that puts me at 455, and I would minus 75,000 that's gonna cost me to fix it up. That puts me at 380,000. So that's what I would offer to this agent, almost $100,000 off. I would offer this agent $380,000 to buy this property. And now here's why I minus the 30%. Because let's just say I buy this property for $380,000, okay? And I put the $75,000 into repairing it. Now I'm all in at $455, okay? So I'm all in, all my money's in at $455. But check this out. After this house is completely renovated, after this house is completely renovated, guess what? I can go to the bank and do what's called cash out refi. And this is known as the BRRRR strategy. Buy, rehab, rent, and refi with the bank, and you can pull your money back out. Let me walk you through it. So if the ARV on this property, if it's worth $650,000, okay, the bank will loan you at, typically they can go as high as 80%, depending on the relationship that you have, all right, with the bank. But to me, I'm just gonna be conservative and say 75, because 75% is kind of generally how they would loan it. So if the bank will loan you 75% on the ARV, or I'm sorry, on the appraised value, so the property's worth $650,000, okay? So I minus 75%. So which means the bank will loan you $487,000 on this property, but you have $455,000 into it. So if you minus 450, hold on a second. So 650 minus 30%, or no, 650 minus 75%. So 487. So we got 487 minus what? Minus how much you got into it, which is 455. Boom. Guess what, my friend? You're able to take you're able to take your $455,000 back out, and the bank's gonna write you a check for an extra $32,000. Boom! And guess what? The key is that this $32,000 tax-free, baby, which means Uncle Sam ain't gonna touch this shit. Now, guess what? Now that you got that money back, you can go and take that same cash, do it to another piece of property. So you're just recycling the cash. You're not, like, you don't need to come in with new money. You're just taking the same amount of money and then just using it again and again and again and again. And that, my friend, is how you build generation wealth. That is how I buy all of my properties, where I have zero money in the property. I rent it out, have the renter pay down my debt, and then I get to depreciate, write it off on my taxes, so I can pay even less taxes, and then I can and then I also get appreciation over time. Renter pay down my debt, okay? And then the property appreciate. Real estate are known that over time, it will appreciate. The house that I live in, that I bought back in 2007 for $350,000, now it's worth almost $700,000. Appreciation, my friend. Okay. Now let's talk about if I were to buy, fix, and flip this property, what I would buy for. So here's the number for that. So once again, so if I were to buy, fix, and flip this property, then I'm just gonna take $650,000, all right, minus the 30%. Once again, that puts me at $455. And then I'm gonna minus the $75,000 it's gonna cost me to fix it up. So I will buy this property, I'll make an offer to buy for $380,000. So $380,000 plus $75,000 I'm gonna put in the rehab. So once again, I'll be all in at $455, okay? And then I'll list the property for $650,000 minus the 10% for realtor commissions and closing costs. So which means if I were to put this property on the market after I fix it for $650,000, got a full price offer after realtor commissions, I'll be at $585,000 minus $455,000 I got into it. Wait, is that correct? For 380 plus 75,000, 455. Okay, so 650 minus 10% minus 455. So if I were to fix and flip this property, it's $130,000 profit. But out of this 130, you have to pay 25% or so to Uncle Sammy. So Uncle Sammy won $32,000 of your money. So you would walk away with right around a little less than $100,000 if you were to fix and flip this property net to you. So if I were to wholesale this property, here's the number breakdown. So this property, the ARV of this property is $650,000 minus 30%. That puts us at $455,000. Once again, this property is listed for $440,000. Now I minus $75,000 in repair. That bring me down at $380,000. Now let's just say if I want to make $25,000 on my wholesale fee. Now I got to minus $25,000. Boom. So the max I would offer to the agent is $355,000. Once I have it under contract, then I'll sell my contract over to a buyer for $380,000 or more. And that is how you wholesale. So when you wholesale, you typically have to get the property under contract a lot lower than a person that we're gonna buy, fix, and flip it, or buy, keep it as a rental, all right? All right, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna wrap it up. If you enjoy this kind of content and this kind of video where I actually go in the field, break down all of this number for you and take you to other houses, you know, the fixer-upper or the really nice one, comment down below and let me know. And if I get a lot of you guys wanting me to do that, then I'll do more. But once again, I hope you enjoy this video. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the family. Be sure to, boom, smash that subscribe button. And if you enjoy it, be sure to help your boy King Kong out. Boom, smash that thumbs up. And until next time, take care and ciao.